All right, I'll get straight to the point. I found marijuana in the house. And while I never thought of myself as the type of father who'd have to drug test his kids, I'm willing to do just that if that's what it takes to find out who brought a joint into this house.
Dad, Lucy found something too.
Dad, I found a joint in Mom's dresser drawer.
Firstly, reduce. Reducing is simply creating less waste. It is also the best method for keeping our earth clean. Why? Because it stops the problem at the source. By making less waste in the first place, there is less mess to clean up. Here are a few ways you can help reduce the amount of waste you make. You can bring your own bags when shopping. Many grocery stores now sell canvas bags that can be brought and reused over and over when shopping. Think about all the plastic or paper grocery bags that could be saved if everyone reused the same canvas bag to carry their groceries in. Next, you can turn off lights when you are not using them. Even though you might not be able to see the waste made from leaving on the lights, it wastes electricity and energy. Cutting back on the amount of electricity you use will not only help the environment, but it will save your money too. Besides that, make sure your faucets are not dripping. After you wash your hands, brush your teeth, or get out of the bath, make sure there is no water dripping from your faucets. Fresh water is a very precious resource, and dripping faucets waste water. It is important to reduce because it can conserve space in existing landfills and clean fields and reduce the need for future landfills and clean fields. Next, to reduce pollution and energy consumption associated with the manufacture of new materials. Other than that, for destructive demolitions, reduce other impacts. Example, noise, dust and traffic on surrounding properties and streets.
Reuse. Reusing is taking old items that you might consider throwing away and finding a new use for them. Reusing helps in situations where it is not possible to reduce. Reusing methods include repairing damaged items, donating items to a worthy cause, or finding another way to use them. Here are some ways you can reuse items to prevent trash from being created. Number 1. Donate clothes that no longer fit you. Instead of throwing away clothes that do not fit or that you do not like anymore, give them to someone who will want them. Your friends may have younger brothers or sisters who will be able to fit things that you have outgrown. Or maybe your parents have friends with children who could use them. Even if you do not know anyone who needs your old clothes, you could donate them to a consignment store or charity so that your clothes will find a new home. Number 2. Use plastic groceries bags as trash bags. If you often bring home bags from the grocery store, you could save them instead of throwing them away. Grocery bags can be used as trash bags for small trash cans instead of being thrown away. And number 3. Use worn clothing as cleaning racks. For all clothes that may be too ripped or worn to give away, use those to clean up the house instead of buying new cleaning racks. Old t-shirts work well for dusting. It is important to reuse because it can save energy. An enormous amount of energy is required to make products or materials. When we reuse the products or materials as they are, we reuse the products or materials as they are, so we can save a lot of energies. Next, it can save natural resources. Reusing waste products reduces the use of virgin materials, which often comes from mining the earth or harvesting trees. Reusing helps to reduce waste at source or to avoid generation of waste in the first place. Lastly, it can reduce greenhouse gas emission. Human activities have contributed to accelerate global warming, which have altered chemical composition of the atmospheric climate. Disposal of waste have been projected to be one of the contributing factors when it comes to emission of carbon gases. Therefore, reusing most of the waste products will go a long way in reducing global warming, as we shall be reducing carbon gases emanating from landfills.
Recycle. Recycling is the most often advertised of the 3 R's, so it is likely you have heard of it before. Recycling is changing old product into new one so that they can be resold. The most well-known recycled material are glass, paper, plastic, and aluminium. Other recyclable materials include batteries, biodegradable waste like plants and kitchen waste, concrete, electronic, ferrous metal like steel and iron, textile, and timber. The recycling loop describes the entire recycling process. The recycling process involves 3 main steps, which form a circle or loop. They are first, collecting the recyclable, second, processing the recyclable and turning them into recycled content product, and third, purchasing recycled product. The recycling process. The first step is collecting the recyclable. The recyclable materials are collected. After collection, the recyclable are then sent to a material recovery facility to be sorted and prepared into marketable commodities to be sold to a processing company. Recycle is important because recycling can conserve resources. When we recycle, used material are converted into new products, reducing the need to consume natural resources. If used material are not recycled, new products are made by extracting fresh raw material from the earth through mining and forestry. Recycling helps conserve important raw materials and protects natural habitats for the future. Recycling also saves energy. Using recycled material in the manufacturing process uses considerably less energy than that required for producing new products from raw materials. Even when comparing all associated costs including transport, they are extra energy saving because more energy is required to extract, refine, transport, and process raw materials ready for industry compared with providing industry-ready materials. Recycling reduces landfill. When we recycle, recyclable materials are reprocessed into new products, and as a result, the amount of rubbish sent to landfill sites reduces. Reducing landfill sites will reduce emission of methane, a powerful greenhouse gas.
The other way to create people awareness on environment is practice the environmental activities in school as a part of education. Kids nowadays are quite inquisitive and always ready with a why or how when being taught something new. It is in the first few years of a person's life that we learn new concepts quickly. Children can speak a new language easier and more naturally than an adult. A child's brain is like a sponge. It soaks up all the information it receives. Schools have a responsibility towards future leaders, not just teaching them how to read and write, but also educating them about environmental awareness. Environmental awareness is about being aware of the environment. This refers to all flowers and animals and include all marine and wildlife. The planet is currently facing an increasing number of environmental challenges which include climate change, global warming, drought, water scarcity, flood, and pollution. Children as early as possible should be aware of the environmental issues we are facing. Schools must lead the conversation about environmental awareness as a part of the curriculum in all schools. This will encourage young people to engage in their environment to protect it and can help communities become more environmentally aware. Teachers in school can teach how to increase the awareness among the students by doing a recycling system in the classroom and show the children how to use it and recycle their things. It is because most students remember things that people did more than what they said. Teaching children what it means to be environmentally aware is important, but it will have a more lasting impact if teachers can lead by example. School also should encourage parents to share their environmental knowledge to their kids at home. It would be a good idea to let the children practice at home doing small tasks like picking up their trash and throwing their garbage, or teaching them to turn off the faucet when they are brushing their teeth, or washing their hands with soap and not let water run down or shut off the light when they are done using them. This will help them be more knowledgeable about environmental issues.
Next, we move to media. Media can both have a direct and indirect role in stimulating sustainable behavior. Directly, the media can provide good information in news, documentaries, and talk shows. The direct content of media about people awareness to environment can be achieved by showing what will happen in the future if we not do the right thing towards environment. News, documentaries, and talk show can be directly send the message to the society and increase the awareness and directly influence the people to do the better activity on how to take care the environment. Indirectly, the media is also very powerful. Think for example, in fiction series or movies that are close to reality, people tend to reflect their own life to the characters. If you see a character on TV using a drinking bottle or being a vegetarian, people can be stimulated to do the same. It seems like when we take care about the environment and it will benefit the earth in the future, people will do the same thing together to achieve a better environment. Moreover, in TV series for children, sustainability and environmental awareness should become a common topic. For the youth nowadays, social media and YouTube can be very influential. Next, we move to the campaign. Campaign related to environment is good to increase the awareness of people to take a good action and move forward with positive vibe. People nowadays need to involve with any campaign that provided by any agencies to increase their own knowledge and understanding that can be spread to the others. Campaign like Save Electricity at Home is useful to increase the awareness people to the environment. When all people join this campaign, it will save the electricity and decrease the use of energy that will harm the environment. In this campaign, people can use energy efficient light bulbs instead of regular bulbs. It will save the energy and save the environment and also directly save the cost. Make sure people turn off lights, the TV and other appliances when you are not using them. The other campaign that's suitable and usable to increase the awareness of people about the environment is the Litter Less campaign. The campaign is worldwide to improve the awareness about litter that will harm the environment. The campaign will reduce the litter and waste footprint of communities through changes in student attitude. It also will raise awareness on issues related to local litter and waste treatment and solution through articles, photographs and videos. We can reduce the waste and litter by joining this campaign, and it also directly will save the environment and take a good care of the earth. When all people do the same thing, it will create a good environment and spread the goodness of taking care the environment.